there guys, what's up? Paladin here once again with another YouTube video for you all today. And I know I'm like 2 days late, I'm sorry guys, just been dealing with a little bit of stuff before I was able to actually do the review video. But here we go, review for the 2015 Royal Rumble match. And there's going to be a little bit of a rant in this video. I'm just going to do it already. But you might be a little surprised at what the rant is actually towards. And actually looking at these times now, it seems as if I was correct. The Royal Rumble seemed a little shorter than it usually is. It was usually it's about like an hour, 20, even 30-ish minutes. This year it was an hour long. But then again, I already said that it felt like there were a lot of matches already on the card. It felt like there was like an extra match or two that was put on the card that maybe didn't need to be there. For example, the Divas match was actually 8 minutes long. So that's something that could have been used for more time for the Rumble, to be completely honest with you. Either that or, I don't know, the Ascension was, you know, the Ascension and the New Age Outlaw thing. Like, that also didn't need to be on there, really, to be completely honest with you. But that was only like 5 minutes and 25 seconds, so who knows how that really would have contributed to the Royal Rumble. Though again, you know, 5 minutes to the Royal Rumble is 5 minutes, so they could have done a couple different things during 5 minutes, to be completely honest with you. But anyways, to get into it and give my review, as I always try to, I'm going to remember to review the match, give it a star rating, tell you the time of the match, and, you know, tell you how I felt about the match in general. So, getting into it. The pre-show I actually watched. Sometimes you guys may know I don't watch the pre-show just because of me hanging out with my friends, us getting food for the actual event, and etc. So, you know, that's just something that happens every now and then, so it's like, sometimes I miss it, but this time I actually saw it, and it actually was a solid pre-show. So I'm actually not gonna lie, I think I said in my prediction that I would have given it like a 2.5 out of 5 or something like that. No, already I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5. It was a solid match, especially the end. The end was really good. There was a lot of back and forth stuff, especially again towards the end, people flying out of the ring, and just, you know, I thought the match was going to end earlier, because Tyson Kidd had put, I think it was Kofi Kingston in the, you know, the sharpshooter. So I thought that was it right there, but then that wasn't it, because I believe Big E just like blasted him in the back of the head, and there's a lot of back and forth stuff. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was really surprised at the outcome of this match. Okay, so Cesaro and Tyson Kidd won the match. Okay, and I was like mind blown. I was like, okay, so it looks like they're not pushing the New Day anymore, because they just allowed Cesaro and Tyson Kidd to win, which the crowd was totally behind Cesaro and Kidd the entire time, by the way. Just throwing that out there. By the way, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd had Natalya and Adam Rose with them, and the New Day had Xavier Woods with them. Again, WWE, why are you using Xavier Woods as the manager? He's actually a pretty good wrestler. Why don't you have him wrestle with them? Why is he just the manager? But anyways, the match went on for 11 minutes and 3 seconds, and yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. That's just what I'm gonna give it. Anyway, so, next up, like I said, shorter match. I already told you the time, but it was 5 minutes and 25 seconds. The Ascension, Connor and Victor versus the New Age Outlaws in a tag team match as well, like the pre-show. Now, honestly, I was looking at this match, and I was like, there's really no need for this match. But I thought that the New Age Outlaws were going to win, just simply for the fact that the Ascension weren't being booked correctly. And no, the Ascension won. Now, my friend brought up something during the pay-per-view. He was like, oh, they're old and stuff. Their time was, you know, back in the day. I immediately counteracted this, though, and told him last year they won the tag team championships. But, you know, that's a different story for a different day. But I'm just saying, the New Age Outlaws definitely had a high possibility of winning, because the Ascension just weren't being booked correctly, and they've won matches in the past. It doesn't matter if they're old guys, they're probably still going to win a couple of their matches coming back. But I was fairly surprised that the Ascension won. There were a couple of good spots in this match, though. The first quarter of it is literally the Ascension getting beaten up by the New Age Outlaws, like, a lot. But anyways, besides that, it was okay, but it didn't really wow me besides who won, and the Ascension's finisher is always pretty cool, I guess, to watch. So I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. It was alright. Surprisingly, the pre-show was better. So next up, we have the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Usos, who are the champions. They defeated Miz and Damien Mizdow. Now, I'm not going to lie, this match wasn't too bad, but it was like iffy. I don't know. There were a lot of good moments in the match. I think the Mizdow actually got, Damien Sandow. I think he actually did get a good couple moments in this match, but I don't really think that it was overall a great match or anything by that means. Honestly, I don't even know if I would give it 3 stars out of 5. Kind of obvious that the Usos were going to win. I didn't really see the Miz and Damien Mizdow winning the match in the first place. I think that the Usos, if WWE books this right, are going to lose it to the Ascension, which makes sense. The match went on for 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, why does it make sense going back to it really quick? Well, because the Ascension held the NXT Championships pretty much since they were released. They held them for 200 and something days. So yeah, a pretty long time. They definitely deserve a actual tag team championship run within the WWE. At least a couple of them anyways, not just, one. But anyways, moving on. So next up, we have the Divas match. Not excited about this Divas match at all. Just no. The match went on for about 8 minutes and 4 seconds. The Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie Bella, went against Paige and Natalya. There's a lot of fucking tag team matches in this pay-per-view. I just realized that. Yeah, the majority of them are. Wow. Okay, anyways, I just noticed that. So, not happy with this at all. Didn't really enjoy it at all. Main reason being is that Paige was in the match just to be in the match. She never really got tagged in. When she was about to get tagged in, she got knocked off, and then Natalya lost, and it was just, okay, so yeah, the Bella Twins won, and I'm just not happy about that. And it's not just because the match, it's not because I wasn't, mad. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not because I was mad at who won. It's just for the fact that, why have a tag match if it's really going to just be a 2-on-1? This match was really set up weird. It should have just been a title match, like I said. It should have been Natalya versus Nikki, but whatever. Just not a good match overall. There weren't really good things that had to be done, that was done, in the middle of the match or anything like that. Not even at the end of the match. Just, 2 out of 5. Not really that great. I don't even know if it's really a 2 out of 5, but anyways, so now the star, the highlight. This is what keeps this pay-per-view at a semi-decent overall score, which obviously I will get to at the end. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Oh my God! 22 minutes and 44 seconds, triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship. Still stupid name. But oh my God, this match. Brock started off just beating the shit out of both of them. Just suplexes and belly to bellies and all this powerhouse stuff. And then eventually Cena and Rollins having to, come together and beat up on Brock Lesnar, which if they wanted to try and at least have a good attempt at winning the match, they needed to get him out. But then it was just it was a finisher fest, essentially. It was a finisher teased fest. There were a lot of finishers done in this match, but there was also a lot of teased finishers. Maybe a little too many, but hey, the match, it still worked out just fine. The match was great. That's just me nitpicking, honestly. Because, every now, it seemed like, immediately they go for the finisher, but they didn't land it. That's a finisher tease, essentially. But, it just, oh my God, this match was great. Okay, so, John Cena, I believe, I can't remember, I think he speared Brock through the barricade. Then they beat Brock up. Then they rolled him over onto the table. Then Seth does the elbow. He got air on that fucking elbow, by the way. And then just, oh my God, yeah. And when Brock okay, I'm just so excited. This match was great, okay? I'm sorry. It's just, if you did not watch this match, watch this fucking match. This is match of the year contender already. But anyways, so it was amazing because Brock took 3 fucking attitude adjustments, and for the first 2 he got back up immediately, and after he got pinned after the 3rd one, he just kicked out at like, I think it was like 1 or maybe a little bit of 2, but he definitely kicked out still pretty fast. That just shows you how stupid John Cena's finisher is, by the way. Like, I'm sorry, all John Cena's finisher is a fireman's carry and then a toss off the shoulders. That's so stupid. I hate his finisher so much. It's not even like, if John Cena was tall, then his finisher would make more sense. Because if you're like 7 feet tall and you're getting thrown off like that, then okay, I can kind of understand that. But if you're like 6 foot, I don't know, like 6'3", 6'4", or something like that, whatever John Cena is, that doesn't seem like it's gonna hurt that much in the first place. I don't care how strong Cena is when he's whipping you off. It just doesn't seem like a painful move, especially if you're landing on the mat, first of all, which, yes, the mat isn't, it's not forgiving at all. The ring mat will still hurt, but it's like, I would just get right back up after that. Like me, a guy that's not a wrestler, would get back up from that. So, that's just my opinion, It's like, I don't think that John Cena's finisher is that viable, which is why he also has the STF, which is a lot more effective, but I don't think he really pulled it off in this match. I think he did maybe 1 or 2 of them. I can't remember off the top of my head, but a lot of back and forth stuff in this match. Seth Rollins nailed Brock in the face with the briefcase twice, and after that, picks up Seth right when he was going to do a 3rd one. Actually, no, he was going to do a curb stomp, actually, I think. Just picks him up, F5s, done. And then Brock just gets the pin, because I think Cena was knocked out from getting either curb stomped or just something happened to him to where he was outside of the ring, essentially. I think he did get curb stomped, though. Just great match, guys. So I'm going to give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5 because 5 out of 5s are reserved for those matches with also a lot of drama and stakes behind them, such as The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, which to me, I didn't give it a review, but again, I will say it's a 5 out of 5 match. That is instantly a classic to watch. Not to say that 4 star matches or even 4.5 star matches are not classics as well. They are. It's just essentially, the 5-star ones mean more. Anyways, so now we have the Rumble, which again, under an hour long, 59 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm going to get into this a little bit. This is going to be slightly kind of ranty. I don't want this video to go over 20 minutes, but it might. So just as a fair warning, you might have wanted to grab like popcorn or snacks while watching this video. Then again, you guys don't have to watch the video. You can just listen to me ramble. So, the gameplay in the background is just so you guys aren't staring at a blank screen. If you want to browse the interwebs and look up stuff while you're watching me talk, then, do that. But anyways, so next up we have Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. Okay, I'm just going to outright say it. Everybody knows it by this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out there. He won the Rumble, and okay, so I'm not particularly happy with how the Rumble went. Not who won, okay? I'm not mad at who won, unlike everybody else and their fucking mother, it seems. I was heavily surprised. I don't even think my final 4 even made it to the, besides one of them, obviously, even made it to the end. Yeah, no, they didn't. My final 4, I believe, was Bryan, Reigns, Ambrose, and Ziggler, and maybe Bray Wyatt. I didn't say Bray Wyatt, I don't believe, but as I was watching him during the pay-per-view, I was like, okay, I can see him being in, like, the final 5, final 4. You got to have, like, probably a heel thrown in there, too, so that makes sense, those were all, like, faces, pretty much. So, I didn't mind that. I was like, alright, that's gonna be a thing. But, then, you watch the pay-per-view, and you get to the end, and it's fucking Kane and Big Show. It's just, like, no. By the way, Rusev at this point was rolled out of the ring. He never was eliminated. But something that really irks me, by the way, is that, you got Brock Lesnar, who you built up dramatically tonight. He was on fucking, well, not tonight. Sunday night, my bad. I keep forgetting I'm doing this 2 days later. But anyways, you built him up dramatically, and then you have Roman losing terribly against Kane and Big Show. He is getting his ass handed to him left and right by them, and has little to no offense. So it's like, how are you gonna make Roman fight Lesnar if you made him look stupidly weak during the Rumble? It just doesn't look right. Also, I don't know when it happened, but Roman got busted open during the Rumble. I'm not sure when that happens, but oh boy, some blood. There we go. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. The way the Rumble was set up and it wasn't that great. Okay, so at least we had Bubba Ray Dudley in this. So that was the surprise. Everybody was really hyped up over that. Really awesome that Bubba Ray Dudley was in this. But no, I wasn't too excited with this Rumble to continue on. I mean, you had the Boogeyman, which was a tease for Bray Wyatt to fight, which would have been great. That would have been an awesome little fight. Hell, that could have been a fucking feud for WrestleMania or something. It's like the battle of the creepy fucking people. And instead of the Boogeyman and Wyatt really going at it, Wyatt dominates him for about a good 10 seconds and then throws him fucking over the... Apparently it says 47 seconds that the Boogeyman was in, but that was mainly them looking at each other, to be completely honest with you. And then Bray Wyatt beats him up for 10 seconds and then throws him out. What was the point of that? What was all the buildup? You even had the Boogeyman do his normal entrance, you know, and come out all slow. So you added more buildup for it, yet... You just, so stupid, man. They should have actually fought. And then next up, we have a surprising return. Zack Ryder came back, and he actually was doing fairly well until he got eliminated. You know, just not that great. You know, so it was just dumb, to be completely honest with you. Apparently this is saying Zack Ryder was only in for 34 seconds. I don't believe that. Like... at all. I'm sorry, I don't. But yeah, and continuing on, let's see here, where was another... Diamond Dallas Page, there we go. Diamond Dallas Page, when he came in, I'm not gonna lie, that was a nice treat. He did like 4 diamond cutters, and that was really awesome to see. I wish he actually would have kind of fought a little bit, but it seemed like all he was doing was just finisher over and over again to people. He got eliminated by Rusev because he was going to do the diamond cutter to Rusev, but it just kind of didn't work out, so he just got thrown over the top. He was apparently in for 2 minutes and 29 seconds. With, you know, that's better than fucking Zack Ryder and the Boogeyman, but anyways. So... moving on, who was another surprise-ish? I don't think we have any other surprises, actually, now that I think about it. No, we don't. And also, I don't care... Ooh, that voice crack. I don't care that Daniel Bryan was eliminated or that he won. Although, again, it would have been nice for him to win. I just think him getting eliminated so quickly... was just stupid. I mean, yes, some people are going to be like, oh, well, see, you didn't predict that. That was a surprise, right? Well, that's the wrong kind of surprise. You don't take a star that's been injured for fucking forever, and this is technically speaking his, I think it's his second or third match back. It's his first big match back, obviously. So, you know, you don't take him and then build him up a bit and have him go into the Rumble and you think he's going to win the Royal Rumble possibly, just for him to get out within like 10 minutes of him being in. Yeah, he was in for apparently 10 minutes. This is what the Wikipedia article is saying. So I'm not happy with this at all. Wasn't really enjoying it. I didn't like some of the decisions made. A lot of people that you thought were going to stay in for a while got eliminated relatively quickly. I also, Bubba Ray Dudley was only in there for 4 minutes, nearly 5 minutes, but he should have been in there for a little bit longer. And a lot of the first quarter of the Rumble was people getting eliminated by Bray, like, really fast, over and over again. So it just wasn't that great. Wasn't really happy about it. It seemed like a lot of the people that you wanted to stay in the ring just didn't stay in the ring. Just not that great, man. It wasn't a good Rumble. Now, compared to last year's Rumble, I want to say it's still better than the actual Rumble match, not the... Well, actually, no, I'm going to say that this is probably better than the entire Royal Rumble pay-per-view of last year. Whatever I gave the Royal Rumble pay-per-view last year, by the way, if it was like a 6 or a 7 or something like that, I would notch that down a little bit more because the only good match on that was Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, but I'm getting a little off topic here. But anyways, so just didn't really enjoy this Royal Rumble that much. So The Rock came out at the end to help out Roman Reigns beat up on the Big Show and Kane. That way Roman could eliminate them. And, you know, that was supposed to essentially... it wasn't supposed to help Roman, essentially. It was supposed to help him, help him during the match wise. It was more so to help the crowd not boo Roman so much, because WWE knew he was going to get booed. That didn't really help that much. The crowd still booed. Whenever The Rock did something, they cheered a bit, but, just overall wasn't really that exciting at the end. Besides The Rock, obviously. The Rock, to me, he spiced it up. And then when Rusev came back in and The Rock left for a bit, they rang the bell, but then they realized, wait a minute, Rusev is still outside. And Roman lands the nastiest spear. I will say this, it was a disgusting spear in a good way, on Rusev. And it was just a great spear, and people are like still booing. And I'm like, okay, at that point you should have at least gave a little bit more of a cheer, because that was a really good spear. They replayed it 3 times in slow-mo, and it was a damn good spear to Rusev. So, as to why people were still booing at that point boggles my mind. But, hey, I'm going to say this really quick. I'm fine with Roman winning the match. How he won the match was stupid. The entire match of the Royal Rumble itself was stupid. Most of the pay-per-view itself was stupid besides the triple threat. And my final review. So, about a good 5 out of 10 stars. I watched Tubby Emu, his review of the Royal Rumble, and I agreed with a lot of the things he said. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a way bigger wrestling guy than me. All he does is wrestling stuff. So, if you want to quickly check him out, I would do that. Because essentially he says a good amount of the things I agree with and will also have said. It's just the way the match went down. It's not necessarily Roman winning the match. It's just how it went down, how the match was set up, how everyone was set up during the match. Just not a great Rumble, other than, again, the triple threat. So, 5 out of 10 stars. Can we please stop getting bad Rumbles, WWE? Just, please. Your creative team needs to do something besides make Rumbles suck. So, anyways, that was it, guys. This is my review of the Rumble. So, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.